Hey everybody, this is the real Qwade here. Today we're going to talk about the sniper, but not in a way that you would probably expect to talk about him. I've sort of developed this pseudo-class that I like to call the combat sniper, which is a more of a mid-range, almost close-range class. He's most effective at about 5 to 30 or so meters. Of course, meters is a relative term because it's kind of hard to tell where you are, but he's not nearly as effective long range as the traditional sniper, and he's obviously not terribly effective close quarters like a pyro scout soldier would be. So he has a very specific sort of mid-range where you can do a lot of damage with him, but if you can master it, you can do a whole lot of damage to a whole lot of people pretty much by yourself. The reason I sort of developed this strategy is because when messing around with the Huntsman one day, I sort of realized that it's impossible to miss a head when that head is directly in front of your face. So I sort of started running in more with the traditional combat classes, hiding around corners, all that kind of stuff, and I noticed my score just kept going up, and I would get headshots like crazy. So that's sort of where this all stemmed from. So we're going to take a look at the loadout that I use here. Obviously the Huntsman is key. People refer to it as the Luxman, and in a sense it is, until you get to the point where you're actually comfortable with it. You sort of learn the speed of the arrows, the trajectory, and you can actually start leading your targets pretty regularly, and then you sort of become really dangerous with it. For my secondary, I use the Jarate. I toyed with using the SMG just because I'm more in the midst of it, but I found the Jarate is much more useful for putting out fires primarily from yourself if you're countering pyro, or for your teammates as well. But it also helps cloaked spies. You know, it's more of a support item since you're pretty much going to be using the Huntsman for the most part anyway. My melee, I use the Shahanshah. Again, with the Jarate, you would think that using the bushwhacker would be more effective, but like I said, I use the Jarate more as a support weapon than an offensive weapon, so the Shahanshah gives me a nice little bonus just when I need it most. If I'm at full health, I don't necessarily need to do more damage, but it's when that one swing will make the difference that you really want that extra damage. You can see I have the anger here. Some of these videos didn't have it yet. It wasn't released yet. They're kind of old, so I was using just a cap or whatever. So a few things to remember before we actually look at the videos. Just general tips about combat sniping in general. First off is you want to fire and forget. I can't tell you how many times I see snipers that use the Huntsman that watch their arrow travel across, and you just can't do that. The more time you spend out in the open, the more time you're vulnerable. So you want to basically peek around, fire, and get the hell out of there, because that's how you're going to survive. Secondly, you want to narrow your field of vision. The more you use the Huntsman, the more you realize that the narrower your passage is, the easier it is to shoot somebody in the head and just end it right there. So if you can find long, narrow corridors, you'll see a lot of the videos here. I'm basically a long hallway, and that's where I make a lot of my money as far as headshots and kills are concerned. There was an instance, I was in 2 Fort one time, I actually didn't get a recording of this, where the opponent had 4 or 5 players in our basement. I ended up killing 4 of them right off the bat with headshots, one after the other. The other one I weakened enough that by the time my team showed up, they were able to finish him off. So pretty much single-handedly defended the intelligence from 5 people, including a medic, heavy, and 2 soldiers. Actually, right after that, somebody tried to kick me for hacking, but of course they didn't know what I know. Anyway, finally, one thing to remember is that corners are your friends, and I've sort of touched on this a little bit before, but you want to jump around corners, fire, hide back around the corner, because if you don't have an arrow cocked, you are unbelievably vulnerable. But as soon as you pull that arrow back, you sort of gain the advantage in the situation. So you want to have the advantage, pull your arrow back, fire, get around a corner so you can gain that advantage back, and then fire again and hide. It's a sort of a pattern that you'll follow, and you'll see it as you watch some of these videos that I do that all the time. So let's take a look at some of the stuff in action. So this is a real simple clip about peeking through corners. You'll see their demo man headshot. There's another one right there, right off the bat. It helps that they were lower than I was, so it was real easy for me to get their head level. But you just quickly right there, boom, 2 headshots, no problem. One of the things you can start doing as a combat sniper is really having some fun with it. So I see this uber heavy here, miss the headshot, think, well, he's easy to grab, boom, taunt kill. Let's have some fun. Props to that medic for just standing around, by the way. That was heroic. So this is 2 Fort here. This is where I really like having some fun because it's when I just going in capping the intels. Always fun as a sniper just because they don't expect it. So just sort of making my way. Team just captured the intel, feeling good. Again, you can see narrow corridors. In case I do encounter somebody, it's going to be real easy for me to pick them off down here. Always looking behind my back just because in addition to combat sniping, I have my #1 class is spy, so I know all their tricks and stuff. So you'll notice that as I walk around, in most cases, rounding corners, pretty much whenever I pull an arrow back, I jump just to get that extra mobility. Here we got a demo man, thinks he's funny, but his head is perfectly in my sights, so just end it right there. Got another, here's a pyro, boom, corner, that's what I'm talking about. When they don't see it coming and they're right there, it's real easy to pick them off. So another pyro coming up, I get a body shot on him, but again, the turnaround jump ensures that I don't slow down as I'm pulling my arrow back, which against a pyro is absolutely crucial because he will light you up and just ruin you right there. So 3 guys killed him in the intel room on my way out. You can see I'm already making my way here. There's an engineer. I just don't care at this point. More worried about getting the intel out, which so now I'm made it all the way back to my base. And admittedly, a lot of these servers that I'm playing on right now are the Valve servers, just because they have replay enabled, so it's easy for me to just make that's how I made all of these replays, is using the TF2 replay editor. So the competition is not necessarily great, and it's not what I'm used to, but I think it provides a nice basis for these videos here. So you see a successful cap right off the bat as a sniper. Alright, so this is right at the beginning of a Dust Bowl. You can see I'm trying to pick off some snipers here, get ignited. Luckily there's a medic, throws an Uber at me. I see the pyro in the hut, I'm thinking, too easy. Taunt kill. Love it! So this is later on in the same match here. Walking down, demo man. Oh, there goes your head. Medic, missed. I hit him a little bit, but I get greedy here in the taunt kill, and the soldier finishes the job. Shortly after that, here we are again, just using the same, looking around corners, just looking for enemies here. I see a medic, headshot. Thankfully Mr. Demo Man, completely ignorant, get another one on him too. Heading back down here, just looking for more blue. Here we go, I'm switching angles here just so we can actually see what happens. Lucky shot on that spy, I was actually aiming for the heavy there. Hit a body shot on him. There finishes the job here. There's a soldier kill right there. I see their enemies are starting to come at me now. They're getting wise, so I need to back off here. Pyro, I get a shot on him, but he lights me up. There's the Jarate. Turn around, they're coming at me. We're going to switch angles here again. So, get rid of that Pyro. You see the Demo Man's there, but Demo Man, 2 medics. I know I'm beaten here, so I'll just live to fight another day. Alright, so we're going to close here on Turbine, which is one of my favorite maps. You can see here, I'm actually dealing with another sniper with the Huntsman here, and a standard sniper rifle sniper comes in. So I'm 2-on-1, headshot one of them, headshot the other one. Demo Man with the sticky launcher is a big no-no for a sniper just because he has to stand still to move, so I'm just going to not even try it. So here we are. I see the sentry missiles. I got a medic on me, which is nice. That's the engineer is now down. So it's just a matter of finishing off that sentry gun. I hit the wall. Get a shot off on it. So we're just going to keep plugging away until it's down, which it is. Get the dispenser, let the scout do his job. We're going to venture around here. not a whole lot to do. Like to hold the intel room for at least a little while, make sure engineers can't build up, but see my demo man's taking care of that, so I'm gonna wander around here, try to pick up some more points. See the jump as I'm turning corners here, so managed to kill a soldier carrying our intel. Take care of that soldier up there. I saw the sniper arrow. Now he's gone. Demo man, just as he's about to charge at me, get the headshot. So there we go. If you guys like what you saw, comment. I'll take questions, whatever. I've got some more clips, but for the sake of keeping this as short as possible, we're going to stop here. But if you want to see more, just let me know. I'll post some more videos. I have some nice spy stuff too. So if you like what you saw, like the video, and that's it for now. Thanks for watching.